but we need to do things in a healthy way and plan for the future. Welcome, family, to the Bacon Bits Podcast, where we desire for you to take bits of information and immediately apply them to your life for success. The ground rules for our podcast is that it will always be encouraging, uplifting, and informative. The areas of life that we will be talking about on the Bacon Bits Podcast is dealing with having a balanced life. I need to hear you say it. Say valuable information applied equals success. And what we're going to be talking about on this episode is IG, instant gratification. Why instant gratification holds us back from achieving what we really want out of life, man. Because we often hear in the life and days that we live now that live in the moment and the time is now. And these are wise words, and they are, man. Sometimes you got to be in the moment, be in the present moment, and live in the way right now that life is going to be well, it's going to be excellent. However, getting everything we want when we want it is not good, man. It's not necessary for us. I want us to learn how to take immediate gratification and put it on hold, because everything won't be instant gratification. I really wish if it worked like this for me, I would be an instant millionaire. Okay. That's why the lottery was created. I wish I could have instant relationships. That's why we got all these dating apps. I wish I could have instant, my body, I would lose weight automatically. That's why we have all these fad diets and pills. I really wish I could immediately just download all this information. That's why the internet is driving us crazy with so much information. I wish I could have instant access to God, which we do through prayer. But it's not always he's going to be speaking to us when we want him to speak, because I love to tell you sometimes he won't speak to you unless you've done the last thing he's asked for you to do. So sometimes it's just not instant gratification, man, but we're tempted by it all the time. And why are we tempted by instant gratification? It's because we have access to everything fast. Whether it's technology, whether it's information, whether it's food, whether it's entertainment, whether it's comfort, we have instant access to everything. So with things happening like that for us in our lives, we swear up and down that everything is supposed to happen like that. And I think a lot of times, we do our kids, and ourselves a total injustice by thinking that everything is going to happen immediately when we want it to happen. Immediately. Because we always know that we don't have to exert a lot of effort into fulfilling our desires. And in many cases, we can purchase things in an instant that will gratify our every requirement. Social media has trained us to want things here and now, and we have got to catch ourselves with that. What we don't consider are the lessons and benefits of missing out when we don't resist our temptations and delay fulfillment. So what are some of the things that hinder us when we have instant gratification? A lot of the things that hinder us is the feeling don't last. Y'all know with serotonin and dopamine, man, we always want instant gratification, and you can't live in that zone. Your body is not designed to live in that zone all the time. Our dissatisfaction with short-lived pleasure causes us to have a need to be magnified the next time. And so me being in a drug and alcohol rehab, I can clearly explain this one. Because what usually ends up happening is the person will do drugs and alcohol for the first time, and they'll have a high out of this world. They be thinking like, man, so if I do these drugs again in the same amount again, I'm going to have the same high again. And so they're chasing that first high. And family, let me help you out. In the 6+ years I've been working in this industry, I've never met a person that got that high back ever again. Ever. Because they didn't get that high back, this has caused them to live a disastrous and largely unforeseen life, like addiction. Addiction is costing people their lives, it costs them their families, it's costing them their jobs, it's costing them their identity. Because what do I firmly believe about drugs and alcohol? Alcohol and drugs come to steal, kill, and destroy your life. And there's many examples of this. We got overindulging in food. We got technology as in the internet that's, cramming us with information. And we are just getting an overload of so many things. And it's seemingly harmless things. It seems like it's harmless, but it's not, man. It's like shopping, instant gratification. But man, when you have to pay off that debt, when you are thousands and thousands of dollars in debt because you made a immediate or instant gratification buy, we got some catching up to do with that whole thing. But how do we overcome this thing? It doesn't have to mean we have to completely discard our opportunities to enjoy things. It don't, man. There's some things that can go outside right now as we're filming this podcast. I'm looking outside through our wonderful windows, and man, the weather is gorgeous here in Tucson, Arizona. The mountains are looking beautiful, and if I was to step outside, it would be instant gratification to my skin. That sun that's on my skin. So it's things of that nature that's beautiful. Fresh air. I get to hear all the animals around our neighborhood, calling out and doing what they do. But man, that would be instant gratification. But most of the things in life that we need, man, we just need to have limits, and we need to be aware of how we do things and how much and how often we indulge, because anything that we do over and over again in abundance, man, it's going to become overwhelming. There's a difference between living our lives and wasting our lives. Of course, it is wise to live in the present and take advantage of the things that make us happy. It's beautiful, man. But we need to do things in a healthy way and plan for the future. I do not want to spend up my future income on my living right now. And people are paying the price for that. You think about it, people are retiring and don't have enough money to sustain the lifestyle that they would have had if they'd have put away money. So that's one of the things that we get caught up on, is just spending our future money on right now situations. And we got to be careful of that. We can lose motivation and lose control of our lives. When we feel the need for instant gratification and constant stimulation, we can lose motivation to achieve goals that aren't bringing in fast results. So I want you to think about this. People go to school, go to college, and get their degree for 4 years. You don't just immediately fly through the 4 years. Guess what? It's 4 long years of taking all of these courses to get your degree. When we have beautiful children, man, you don't just... My girl get pregnant, my queen gets pregnant, tomorrow, and we have the baby next week. It don't happen like that. It's a 9-month process. Nothing in life that's really good. You think about microwave food. Man, you got microwave food and you got good home cooking. Boy, microwave food, 2-3 minutes. A home cooked meal, we're looking at 4 to 5 hours of laboring in the kitchen for that meal that's going to taste so good. But that's part of it. Can't be instant gratification. You enjoy the meal even more because you know how long it took to cook the food. That's part of the love that goes into it. So how do we overcome this? We got to be mindful of the urges that we experience. Be mindful of the urges that we experience. Try to keep a list every time you get the urge to do something. And instead of fulfilling it, just make a note of it. So you think about it. Somebody wants to, immediately want to go pick up a car. They want to go buy a car. 2020, we in 2023. They want to go buy a car now. Do me a favor. Sit on that for 24 hours and really think through the process of that whole thing, because most car loans are 5 to 7 years. You buy a brand new car, woo, and we're going to have that new car smell and everything is exciting for about a week. And then you made a 1 week decision right there because you wanted a new car, and you got 7 years to pay that joint off. Look at that whole process right there. See, it was a quick fulfillment of something, but man, it's going to cost you 7 years of your time and effort to pay off that car. So you got to think about that. Be mindful of your urges. Take a 24-hour layoff period and then go do that very thing. Want to buy a new phone, buy a home, buy some new clothes, whatever that thing is. Take a 24-hour period. Slow yourself down and figure out, do I really need this? Part of having instant gratification is, man, your awareness diminishes. Let's just be honest. If you're constantly giving in to the in-the-moment desires through immediate gratification, you're not taking the time to analyze what's happening or notice how you're feeling or what you're doing. Once again, with the drugs and alcohol, man, you don't think about man, I might have this quick high for a moment, but man, the time it's going to take to come down off this thing, and the ability to conquer this, and the feeling I'm going to have after this, it's going to be miserable. But once again, when we just go and do something and go rush and do it, we never think about the consequences of what it could happen. So you got to be careful, because it could be something as simple as a tub of ice cream, or you putting $1,000 in a poker machine. Think about that. That instant gratification, boom. That tub of ice cream, it's going to take me a minute to exercise it off. That $1,000, I then lost it in a poker machine, and they ain't giving it back. But I still got bills to pay that still want their money, even though I just lost my money in the poker machine. Think about stuff like that. It is exactly what you want to do, then fine. Go ahead and do that. But don't remember, your conscience is going to be whooping your tail, and you got to take responsibility for it. So slow yourself down and make sure this is something you really, really want to do. It will also have you to lose the moment. If you indulge in your urges, your mind is so focused on indulgence that it blocks out everything else. Delaying gratification can heighten your awareness of a specific moment and help you learn how to experience it with a sense of peace instead of frustration and desperation. So one of the things I'm thinking about is me and my queen are about to embark on a wonderful vacation, a vacation like I've never experienced before. So we're going overseas. We're traveling over the waters to go to Greece, to go see the wonderful sun, go play a couple of basketball games. So I've never been over the water. And what I don't want to happen is it's an 11-day vacation. I don't want us to be so caught up on taking pictures that we don't actually enjoy the experience. I don't want to lose the momentum when it comes to that. I want to slow ourselves down and really enjoy the moment. Really enjoy it. This is something I've never experienced before, and it's going to be worth the high, the endorphins kicking in, dopamine, all that. Beautiful. But I don't want it to be where I'm so caught up on taking pictures and doing things of that nature that I actually miss out on the moment. To see the water that's over there, that's beautiful. To taste some of the food that they don't make here in the States. To understand the beautiful slower pace of life that they may have over there, that I know they're going to have, that we don't have here, where we're just going and going and doing and doing, because we want everything to happen so fast with instant gratification. I want to go and have a ShayyBellaa moment. I want us to go have a slowing down of life and enjoying each and every moment, each bite of food, taking in each sight that we're going to go see and learn something new that I have never learned before. But when I'm in such a hurry, sometimes you lose the moment because you're in such a hurry to say to yourself that I need to experience this moment. So wrapping this up, investing in our future is underrated. One of the things that I love, man, having lived these 55 years that I've lived, I am so grateful that there were some things that I invested into my future that I didn't get instant gratification of. I can honestly say, man, that it took me a while to build up my relationship with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, from reading, from praying, from going to church, from being around my brothers and sisters, to fellowship, and to actually going out and being a blessing to people that surround me, man. That took time. I made a vow to myself when I was 18 that I would work out for the rest of my life. I'm 55, and all the vitamins and all the working out and everything has paid off in these times. But it wasn't no overnight thing. It's a gradual working out. And you love saying this. Which workout was the most important? All of them. Which vitamins and minerals did I take was the most important out of all of them? All of them. Because everything that I had invested in that time frame in my younger years has paid off so tremendously in my future. And I'm hoping the decisions that I'm making now is going to pay off even more in my future, because I am saying to myself, with the focus and repetition, with the focus and repetition I need to take, the over and over, the doing over and over again, I can learn to plan my goals in the long run and minimize my need for instant gratification. We can find a balance and still be able to enjoy the best things in life without overindulging and making decisions that would affect our lives adversely. I do not want to make any decisions, man, that I'm making now because I was in such a hurry to make that decision that down the line it's going to hurt me. And I can always reflect back on and say, man, if I'd have just slowed down, really paid attention to what was going on around me, made a sound decision, be around others that love me and asking them so I can get some wise counsel on how to make a good decision so I don't have to look back and say, coulda, shoulda, woulda. I need to sit with my boredom instead of fighting it. Sitting with my Selah time, my quiet time, and embracing it. Analyzing my feelings of desperation instead of trying to immediately calm it down. Relax, slow down, enjoy this time. Take your time, but make sure you're doing what you need to do to get the best results out of your life. And I can tell you from experience, ultimately, in most of the things I've ever done, I can tell you that it was completely worth it when I slowed down and said, you know what, let me take my time. Let me enjoy this moment. Let me be here, not be in a hurry, not thinking about gratification from it, but thinking about the awesomeness of just saying, you know what, this is a beautiful experience. I really enjoyed this time with this individual. I really enjoyed this time on this vacation. I really enjoyed that meal. I didn't have to wolf it down, gulp it, and consume it, almost like to the point where I snorted it. Just slow down. Enjoy your life and truly embrace the things that you need to be doing in life. This is your boy John Bacon with another segment of Bacon Bits. Love you guys. God bless. All right, what's up, family? It's your boy John Bacon from the Bacon Bits podcast. Thank you so much for your support, likes, and ratings. Please don't just listen, but rate me, follow me, and subscribe. This is an amazing way to offer free support. My beautiful queen and I have some books that we have written for your growth.
So the first book we have is a workbook, actually. It's called Healthy Relationships, and this is a workbook through the lens of faith. Because what makes a relationship healthy or unhealthy? So this workbook is designed, it's a 12-week, it's a biblically grounded course, and every week has a few different principles. So if some of our principles, some of our topics that we're covering are respect, cultivating security. And this is not just between a husband and wife. This is between parents, between siblings, between friends, between your bosses, employers. So it's really important, and everyone deserves a healthy relationship.
And also we have The Balanced Life by John Bacon. It covers how to be prosperous in your finances, relationships, your health, your mind, and your spirit. So you can pick that up on Amazon, also on audiobook. And we also have
The Unraveling, a creative healing journal, pinings, poems, prayers, and ponderings of my precarious life. I've had a testimony of, I've had 2 brain tumors and 2 brain surgeries, and I'm super grateful, but I'm still grieving the process of healing. And this is part of the process. In this book, you have devotionals, you have prayers, and you have some ponderings. And in between these pages, there's a space for you to also be prompted to paint and to create your own, or maybe you want to write something in these books. This is part of your creative healing journal that we get to walk through together.
And you guys can just head over to Kingdom Servants First. Kingdom Servants, the number 1, st.com. And you can purchase all 3 of these books. Thank you for your support, your love, and your contributions. God bless.